Television. Welcome to this English News Edition. I'm Fabian Nionizigi. Here are top stories. The Council of Ministers met this Monday under the chairmanship of Head of State Evariste Ndayishimiye. On the agenda was the analysis of the draft law amending the law establishing the general budget of the Republic of Burundi for the 2025-26 fiscal year. And the numerous houses, several schools, and the legislative powers were damaged by heavy rain on Sunday in the Chibitoke zone of Nahangwa commune. The victims are appealing for help. Those are headline details now. The Council of Ministers met this Monday at Ntale House Palace under the chairmanship of the Head of State Evariste Ndayishimiye. On the agenda was the analysis of the draft law amending law number 1/12 of June 24, 2025 concerning the general budget of the Republic of Burundi for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. A full report will be available later. On the occasion of Ingirabusi Day, this Saturday, President Evariste Ndayishimiye called on civil servants to initiate their own development projects. He also criticized those without disability who refuse to work, while those with disabilities are actively engaged in activities such as Dani Bindariye, who recently won a national prize of 15 million of Burundian francs for his selected project. Details with Jackson Irakoze.
During the celebration of Ingirabusi Day, the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye, called on all Burundians to abandon the mentality of always waiting for the state to provide them with a job. He reminded them that the state is made up of citizens themselves. According to him, instead of relying on the state, everyone should initiate personal development projects, especially since a public servant works only 8 hours a day. Therefore, it is entirely possible for civil servants to organize themselves, create self-employment, and even provide jobs to others in the country. Furthermore, while some still believe that a person living with a disability cannot contribute to the country's development, the president cited Dani Bindariye as an example, a person with a disability who won an award, unlike some able-bodied individuals who spend their days begging. Evariste Ndayishimiye also recorded the National Youth Forum, organized in 2021 for an educated and visionary youth, has already borne fruit with visible results. He urged the citizens to add value to the country's national resources by transforming them into finished products so that sustainable development can benefit all Burundians.
And this Sunday, the Sabine Ndorishima Technical School, located in the Nyabugogo neighborhood of Gitega commune and the province, and under the auspice of the United Methodist Church of Burundi, held its first graduation ceremony for its very first class of students. The ceremony was honored by the presence of Bishop Emmanuel Sinzohagera, representing the United Methodist Church in Burundi and Rwanda. In his address, he urged the young graduates to continue their education in order to acquire further knowledge that will enable them to contribute effectively to the development of Burundi. Dieudonne Ndacayisaba was there.
37 students from Sabine Ndorishima Technical School, a school operating in agreement with the United Methodist Church in Burundi, received their diploma this Sunday. They graduated from the Construction Works Organization and Management, Hospitality and Restaurant Management departments. They represent the first graduating promotion since the school was established, and all of them successfully passed the national state examinations. George Nshimirimana, one of the key contributors to the establishment of the school, expressed his gratitude to all individuals and institutions that played a role in making the project a reality, starting with administrative authorities and other partners. Also called on parents to play a special role in supporting the school's development. In his address, the administrator of Gitega Municipality, Jack Nduwimana, praised the United Methodist Church for its contribution to the socio-economic development of Gitega municipality. He said that he will continue supporting the school and encourage the graduates to become active contributors to the implementation of the national vision, an emerging country by 2040 and developed country by 2060. Bishop Emmanuel Sinzohagira, who honored the ceremony, addressed the audience and urged the youth to continue their studies and to further strengthen their knowledge. He concluded by calling on young people to be characterized by kindness, integrity, responsibility, trustworthiness, and Christian values, emphasizing that these qualities will help them to go far in life.
That was Dieudonne Ndachaisaba from Gitega and Lamaras homes, several public and private schools, as well as registered power powers were damaged by heavy rain and strong winds that fell this Sunday in the Chibitoke locality, Nahangwa commune. The victims were appealing anyone who can help them. Maris Mohigwe was there.
Upon arriving in Chibitoke zone this Monday morning, technicians could be seen repairing the roofs of houses damaged the day before by the heavy rain accompanied by strong winds. A teller reported that a building had collapsed, causing significant material damage. Elsewhere on 14th Avenue, the roof of another house was torn off, dragging several items inside with it, although no lives were lost. In addition to these homes, schools were also affected, including Chibitoke Municipal High School, and its director indicated that the bad weather worsened the pre-existing damage as the school had already been affected by previous rainfall. At the private school Dondoje, also located on the 15th Avenue, the direction office and the library were also damaged with many material destroyed. Local authorities also reported that some electric poles were knocked down by the storm. However, by the time of our visit, Regideso technicians were already working to restore the situation. An assessment of the damage is underway to be submitted to higher authorities in the hope that individuals and organizations capable of assisting will come to the aid of victims.
And to end this news, the work carried out as a part of the project to protect the banks of the rivers flowing through the city of Bujumbura has been beneficial. However, the current assessment is that further work is needed to complete this project. This Monday, our colleagues visit several rivers flowing through Bujumbura to assess the situation. The team was represented by Jiva Daishimi.
In the northern part of Bujumbura city, particularly along the Nahangwa River, which separates Nahangwa and the Mukaza communes near the Mutanga Sud Kota, trees have been planted to stabilize the river banks. This initiative has helped protect the Mutanga Sud Fundamental School, which is previously at risk due to erosion. However, downstream ravines have formed. Without a prompt intervention, these could lead to serious. At the Nahangwa Bridge along Mwezigisabo Boulevard, the river banks have also been reinforced with tree planting, but further improvements are still needed to strengthen the protection. Along the same river on Pepe Murundi Boulevard, the river banks are well protected and a large number of bamboos have been planted. It is clear that local residents and those conducting activities in the area now feel safer. In the southern part of Bujumbura, near the Kanyosha River, especially at the bridge linking the Kinindo and the Kanyosha zones, bamboo has also been planted in several areas to protect the river banks. However, some parts still require special attention. Near the bridge connecting Musaga zone to the Busoro Kota, the Kanyosha river banks are particularly flattened. In some places, the banks have collapsed, creating ravines. If urgent action is not taken, both the nearby homes and the bridge itself could collapse.
Well, end of this news edition. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching our programs. Bye-bye.